Good morning from beautiful Brisbane, Australia. How are you this morning? And welcome. Sorry, Panda's just running around my desk, so things are going left, right, and centre. Welcome to Complex PTSD TV Live, and my name's Linda. I'm your certified trauma recovery coach. And this week we have had the most amazing week doing the Smile Challenge, which just appeared out of the blue. I didn't expect to be doing it, but it has had an incredible impact on my life, actually, for this week. So I want to share with you today a couple of things. So I want to share with you the top 10 things that have come out of this week, which we can continue to focus on. And also I've got another infographic for you to help along the way. So if you're here for the first time, say good day. And remember to like, subscribe and share, because we have an audience of many who are yet to feel comfortable to begin to talk about their mental health, because this is the generation that begins the discussion. And if we can help just one person know that there's a safe space for them to begin to talk, then we're doing a really positive thing for the future generations and today. So today's top 10 of what I discovered this week. Okay, so a consistent routine each day, which I pre-planned the night before, has made a really big impact on my physical health. Okay, so last week we were allowed to go back to gym, and we have to book and obviously show up at the right time. And having myself do that, so last Friday morning I just about didn't make it. I actually tried to cancel it online and couldn't. And today's Friday down under, and I made it, and it actually had a really big impact on my life this morning. Morning, Mel. Structure. The structure of our day, I have found that it is really helping not just my mind, so the neuroception and everything, but it's actually helping my whole brain, my whole internal system in having structure. It's really helped me keep focused on what I want to get done, where I'm going, but it's also helped me understand that when things are when my thoughts are going backwards and forwards, the structure has helped me say, okay, let's stop and let's just take it one step at a time and work out what the priority is. Slowing down to let life in has been a big thing this week. When I was on the treadmill this morning, so I always focus on my breathing to make sure that I'm not breathing. Okay, good morning, Susan. And what I do is, as my mind is focusing on my breathing, I then become aware of my body and what's happening. And as I was doing this morning, I looked down and I went, oh my, at the, heart rate. So I found that my heart rate tells me a lot of what's happening in my body. So it was actually really high. And I went, oh my goodness, because I didn't have time to think about Smile Challenge when I woke up. I had to get out of bed, get to gym on time. And when I was on the treadmill, a friend of mine sent me a funny meme, and so I'm laughing, and as I laughed and more oxygen came in, my heart rate increased. And I went, oh wow, but when I looked down, it stayed increased. So normally it's anywhere between 130 to 145. And then it had actually gone right up to 181. And then as it blinked and I thought, oh, it's going to go down now, it actually continued to increase. So the higher the increase, I went, oh my goodness. I slowed down on the treadmill a bit because my legs were feeling pretty sore after a week of go, because I do the hill climb. And I realised that if I slowed down, I could let more oxygen in, which made sense because I realised every part of our body from the trauma gets held tight, so tight for so long, over so many years, that having the extra energy and pushing myself and then slowing down actually let more air, oxygen in, and then my heart rate actually went up to 195, I think it was, or 198, and I'm like, I've never had a heart rate that high in all the years I've been at gym. Good morning, Lisa. So I went, wow, we need that connection. So connection is really important, and feeling a safe connection and letting it all in, like really feeling that safe connection is really healthy as well. I learned this week about we have to be willing to manage our own emotions. So even it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, saying, being around us, then I have to be willing to own my own emotions, and I have to be willing to process them, and it doesn't matter how long that takes. I have to be willing to say, these are mine and not yours. These are my responsibility. And I've really thought a lot about this week, a lot about that side of things this week with the Smile Challenge, because I read a lot of things online where people are saying, well, you make me feel this way, you did this, you did that. But then I thought, when we're doing that, we're saying somebody else is responsible for how I'm feeling. And that's not the truth. I am quite able to manage my own emotions irrespective of what other people are putting out. Mind you, when I talked to you earlier this week about what happened between Nick and I wasn't doing really well at managing them, okay? Nick and I had to sit down and have a chat. So there's that as well. Smiles make all the difference. They really have made a difference to my life this week in lots of different ways. So another essential, breathing is essential. Keep breathing. Yeah, Panda's playing, it's okay. Keep breathing, all right? So the opposite of that is recognize when I'm holding my breath, all right? That is one of the more conscious things we need to do, is recognize when we're holding our breath. Now, this is something I came up with this morning because I realized that one of the things that we do, let me just, right, so I realized that when I go to bed at night, or not before bed really, I have a list of what I want to get done the next day. So I realized today that they're not a list of to-dos, they're a list of possibilities that I might get done today. All right, because there's always something that happens during the day that we can't account for. So I went, I need to make a list of possibilities of what my day will contain tomorrow. Then I need to make, out of that list, I need to be honest with myself about what's probable. From the possibility list, what probably will I get done? Now, why would we do this? Okay, that's what we have to say. So why would I make a list of possibilities and then make a list of probable, and from that make a list of priorities? Now, here's why. And by the way, this infographic will be in the free library after this. I realised that in making a list of possibilities, I'm actually bringing myself right into this moment, and I'm saying these are the lists of possibilities that I could get done tomorrow. And then when I'm making a list of probable, I'm actually bringing myself into the present moment and saying, this is what I'm capable of doing right now, right here, right now, today. And then it's going to take the pressure off. Now, if I make the list from the probable of what the priorities are, then I will get done first what I need to get done. And we are literally then turning around our internal focus into today. And one of our main challenges with complex PTSD is getting focused into the now. Now, why would we do that? Why do we want to get focused in the now? Because when I get focused in the now, it actually increases our health, okay? because we're taking back, not control, we're taking back the journey of where we want our mind focused on rather than where it's had to be focused, which is in fight, flight, freeze or fawn. All right. Now, this is not an overnight transition. Okay. This is something that we work on one step at a time. But yeah, the infographic will help get into what's possible, what's probable, and then what are my priorities to get done. Good morning, Ali. Okay, so where are we on the list? Okay, if you are isolating and you don't know it, first of all, trauma says that we're safer to be on our own than we are to connect. So we have to be willing to say no. Connection is healthier for me for my recovery than it is to isolate. So basically the trauma's, giving you a lie. We're wired for connection and we need to be willing to step out of our comfort zone and go connect. All right. Now, this is something that came up the other day. Light your fire and stoke it. Okay. So, when actually people in colder countries than where I live, I mean, we have the heater on now, but it's not cold, as you can tell, by people who have snow in winter standards. It's not cold. Nick said to me the other day, I noticed that you cleaned up outside. And I said, yeah, because we've got things happening in our family that are really good and we're looking forward to them. And I said, it's my why. And he said, but how do you get up and make that happen? And I said, first of all, I wake up every morning and I light my internal fire. So I have a why as to why I'm going to get up and do these things. And I may not always get everything done, but if I stoke that fire, so if I sit there and imagine increasing that fire inside of me, or building the energy within me and go, it's just got to be done, let's get done. I have a why, I have a reason why I'm doing it. Then it helps build it up. Now, after you've done everything, like, I was outside, I, got Josh to do a dump run, I hose down everywhere, we've got a big outside area. And I said, it can be exhausting because we're letting life in. We have a why we're getting back into life. But it's worth it. It absolutely is worth it. And even this morning, when my heart rate went up so high at gym, I thought, oh, great, I'm going to get home and I'm going to do this and this and this and this and on fire. And I had something to eat and drink and fell asleep. But this is what happens until our whole physicality gets used to getting more oxygen into it. And now I'm on fire. Now I'm like getting this done. So I've had clients this morning, etc. So I want to challenge you. So we've had the smile challenge this week, is light your fire and stoke it and look for your why. Why would you want to embrace life? Why do you want to be well? And sometimes it's in those answers that gives us the ability to go, yep, let's do this. Let's get it happening, okay? And number 10, gentleness is a priority. I can't begin to even quantify this week how much gentleness has really mattered to me. To be gentle on myself that, I don't always have answers. To be gentle with myself that I can't work some things out overnight as well. That it takes time to research and process my one next step. To be gentle that I can have flexible thinking and not be stressed. Like there's not a timeline that everything will happen in the right time if I slow down. So I hope that's helped. Both of those infographics will be in the free library very shortly. And I hope you've had an incredible week filled with smiles and will continue to go on and grow by putting a smile on your face every morning, feeling how good it feels, and even getting into group and connecting with other people, because doing life alone is not something we can do when we've experienced trauma in our life. Thank you for joining me on the journey this week. Have a gorgeous weekend. And remember to like, subscribe and share, and comment down below if you need any questions answered. And I will see you next week. Bye for now.